public comment, we're going to go ahead and go into the physical management goals. That would be our policy, the 2.100.
And I made that correction.
And it has been revised. Mr. Barnes?
Madam Chairman, I would make a motion that we revise policy 2.100 to set our minimum fund balance at 1.5 months operating budget.
Is that on first reading, or is that on passing first reading and moving to second?
If we can go ahead to second, I'd like to make that second motion.
Mr. Barnes made the motion, Mr. Riddle made the second. Is there any comment or discussion? Can we vote, please, Jennifer?
Voting is open.
It is not, yes.
Vote yes.
Mhm.
Mr. Irvin? Vote yes. All agree.
The FY27 budget. Mr. Barnes?
Madam Chairman, I make the motion that we, in order to close the $2 million funding gap that County Commission was not able to or refused to close for us, that we, on top of the last budget amendments we made, that we close that $2 million by taking an additional $1 million from our fund balance and then asking the superintendent to make another $1 million in operating cuts.
Second.
Mr. Barnes made the motion, Mr. Riddle seconded. Is there any discussion, Mr. Fleener?
I just, in the order of transparency, and I guess Jerry, you'd be the one to do that, but would you talk about the items removed, just, since there may be some watching that don't really know, but there was 24 positions.
Right.
Taken out, the coaching supplement modification, I'll let you explain, but I think we need to add that on with this topic so people see where we're at.
Well, it'll be captured in minutes, but say it now, of course. Yeah, just as you had mentioned, the adjustments that the board had already approved and we had taken back to the committee. The original was about a $7.8 million gap total, and the board was willing to contribute 50% of that gap and asked the commission to close the rest. And we got denied and sent back. After that, we reduced down by eliminating the proposed coaching supplement improvements, and we removed 3 new additional sped teachers out of that budget, and then we reduced the non-cert. We maintained a raise for our non-certified staff, but we reduced it from $1 an hour to 50 cents an hour, and that was that round, and we took that back to the commission, and then that got denied. That decreased the gap by, what is that, 700,000 that from that original.
Yes.
Yes.
The 3 items that we originally was 789.
Okay, 789.
Coaching, the 3 sped, and
Okay.
going down to 50 cents.
Yes.
789.
Okay. And that was denied by the budget committee and sent back to the board. And then upon that, we reviewed and made pretty significant reductions. We reduced 19, and all of these were by attrition. Retirements are non-renewal positions, so attrition, vacant positions that I did not authorize principals to fill. They were positions this year that were occupied, so to speak. There were teachers and others in those positions, and we did not fill those, and I eliminated those from our budget. 19 general ed teachers, which was an amount of 1.687 million. One CTE teacher, 88,000. That's a typical total cost of a teacher position when you include fixed cost and benefits and salary. Then we had 2 central office secretaries removed. That's a total of about a little over 90,000. And a district-wide position we had for many years, a courier position across the district. We removed that, and then one district-wide instructional coach, and that was approximately $80,000. So with that, total removed was 2.799 million and some change, and that brought it down to 5,233,000. Mr. Hale?
5,223,928.
Yep. And so that's where we're at, the remaining gap. You know, that was denied also. The reductions we brought to them left about a $2 million that the board specifically asked in Mr. Barnes' motion for the commission to consider new funding, and it was rejected that they would not recommend that to the full commission and send it back to the board to balance, whether by using fund balance for the whole gap or by other reductions. So that's where we're at. And then with Mr. Barnes' motion, that brings the gap down with the $1 million additional fund balance to 4.223,928. That means that if the board were to approve that, the other part of his motion was is Mr. Hale and I and others would be looking to reduce the budget by another $1 million. And our priorities will be to maintain ratios, to maintain programs and services as much as possible, and to minimize the negative impact on the classroom.
Mr. Flynn?
I just got one more thing. I don't think $1 million's enough. I think we need to do 2 million, and we'll find out if it passes or whatever, but it's just a real shame that the importance of education is not heard. Last Thursday at the budget meeting, they said there was a $10 million shortfall with the county's budget, and so, you know, the writing on the walls there is they're going to have to raise taxes to bring the other $10 million up, and it sounds like education is, with us having a flat budget, they're not giving us any more money, and with the continued things that are going on in the state, the regulations, you know, and don't get me wrong, teachers need to make $50,000 minimum. I've got nothing against that, but at the same time, we're hitting on all sides, and we're not getting the funding to do that. And we're not just educating our children. We've got registered nurses, you know, student supports, you know, with different things. We're asked to do a lot more than just teach them reading, writing, and arithmetic. So I'm not gonna support this, but I do hate it. I hate we're being put in this position, and next year it's even gonna be worse. So.
More discussion? Yes, sir.
And I'll add to that, it's not us being put in this position. It's the kids, the teachers, the support staff. It's not us. It's them. And it infuriates me. And if they do a tax increase, they need to include the school system. Period.
Anyone else? Going back, please, Jennifer.
Voting's open. Motion carries. It's 5 yeses and 4 noes.
Okay. The diagram budget.
Yes, if we could, act on the dietary budget as well, the school nutrition, FY '27 budget. It's a one-page item that's been shared with you, somewhere. Yeah. It's just one-page item. Brad explained in his updates on the current budget, the current month, and projecting out to FY '27, you can see, we presented a issue and with the partnership with Michelle, presented a balanced budget for FY '27, with the fund balance in better position than it was projected previously.
So this also needs to be presented next week, correct?
Yeah, well, I mean, just for procedural and sense of the county commission's up or down and its budget, I think with the board, we need board approval first, and then we can proceed to the commission.
All right, Mr. Flynn.
I'll make a motion that we approve the FY '27 school nutrition budget draft, estimated revenues and reserve 5.5, E5141, and the total expenditures at 585. Never mind, that doesn't make any sense. It's the same number.
That's a balanced budget, yes, sir.
Any discussion over the nutrition budget?
I just want to say, I think that Caitlin does a fantastic job with her staff, and all, it's not just her, it's her staff, and as a whole, they really have done an awesome job. This year's been amazing, the things they've done, accomplished, and able to come up with and manage their money. They've done a fantastic job.
Any other discussion? Seeing none, can you vote please, Jennifer?
Voting Zeigman. Olive Reed.
Okay. And then we need to talk about the federal budget.
Yes, sir. Mr. Hell has the language I referenced earlier. It's essentially based on the state approved by federal guidelines, but
Yeah, Jennifer has the exact language, but it's, basically you approve the federal budget as approved by the TDOE and all subsequent amendments. And so what that means is the allocations that we have now will change. Sometimes they change every couple of months, so you're allowing us to change the federal budget to match whatever the state approves. And that was recommended by the auditors because they changed so much.
Mr. Fleener?
I'll make a motion that we approve the FY '27 consolidated federal budget, and subsequent amendments as approved by the TDOE.
Second.
Any discussion? Seeing none, can we vote please, Jennifer?
Voting Zeigman. Olive Reed.
All right, that was Mr. Flynn.
Do we need to do the federal inventories that have to be done at the same time, or can that wait till next
That'll
Thursday?
go on.
That's an item for next week,
No
yes,
problem.
sir.
All right, then this meeting is adjourned.
Clear.
We will send you all an update tomorrow on the $1 million.
So,
reduction.
this